Now we get Elaine's side of the story. Today was supposed to be a simple, fun day at the office. My boss, Mrs. Aldridge, had asked me to organize a small baby shower for one of our coworkers. Mrs. Aldridge isn't exactly a warm and fuzzy type. Everyone in the office calls her the ice queen behind her back. She's cold, unforgiving, and expects absolute perfection in everything. She has this severe bun that pulls her hair so tight it looks painful, and a permanent pinched expression that makes you feel like you've already done something wrong before you even speak to her. She's the type who'll cut you down with one icy glare, and there's no reasoning with her when she's made up her mind. I'd been out earlier in the morning to pick up a dozen cupcakes from the best bakery in town. I'd splurged on them with the company card because Mrs. Aldridge insisted everything had to be top-notch for these little events. Nothing cheap, nothing out of place. I put the box in the break room, thinking it would be safe for an hour until the shower started. When the time came, I walked in with everyone else, ready to celebrate. That's when I saw him, Dick, standing there with frosting on his lips and a guilty look on his face. My stomach dropped as I looked at the box and saw that 4 cupcakes were gone. 4. Dick sheepishly admitted to eating them, thinking they were just for the office. I was furious, but there was nothing I could do at that point. The pregnant guest of honor walked in, and the party had to go on. I scrambled, quietly asking a few of my coworkers to go without a cupcake. 2 people even agreed to split theirs, just to keep things smooth. I hated putting everyone in that position, but they were understanding. We all knew Mrs. Aldridge wouldn't take the truth lightly, and I didn't want to drag Dick into the mess he'd created. So I covered for him, saying I'd made a mistake, realized too late, and hadn't gotten enough cupcakes. After the shower, Mrs. Aldridge called me into her office. She sat behind her desk, cold and unforgiving as always. The office was sterile, much like her personality. No personal touches, just files stacked neatly and everything in its place. She eyed me from behind her thin-framed glasses. Her lips pursed like she was biting into a lemon. "Elaine," she began, her voice as frosty as her reputation, "I asked you to handle one simple task, 12 cupcakes. I'm told there were only 8. I swallowed hard, keeping my gaze on the floor. "I'm sorry, Mrs. Aldridge. I must have miscounted when I ordered them. I realized too late, and I tried to make do." Her eyes narrowed, her mouth curling into a faint sneer. "Miscounted? This is a simple task, Elaine. Simple, and you failed. Do you know how this reflects on me? You had one job today, and you couldn't even manage that." I took the berating quietly, knowing that anything I said would only make it worse. She tore into me for another few minutes, each word sharp and cutting, before finally dismissing me with a wave of her hand, like I was an annoying bug she wanted to swat away. I walked back to my desk, biting my tongue to keep from crying or screaming, anything that would give her the satisfaction of knowing she got to me. When I got to my desk, there was a small pink box sitting on it. I opened it and saw 4 cupcakes inside, the exact number Dick had eaten. On top was a note that simply said, "Sorry." Anger bubbled up in me all over again. I grabbed the box and stormed through the office, going from cubicle to cubicle until I found him sitting at his desk, looking sheepish as ever. I slammed the box down in front of him, making him jump. "Too late," I snapped. "She's pissed. So, enjoy your stupid cupcakes. Thanks, but no thanks. I hope you choke on them." I turned and walked away, leaving him staring after me, mouth open but no words coming out. I'm not sure what I expected. A real apology, maybe? Something more than just throwing cupcakes back in my face after I'd just been ripped apart by the ice queen for his screw-up? But it's too late now. I did what I could to keep the peace, and in the end, I was the one who paid the price. I hope next time he thinks twice before stuffing his face with things that aren't his.